I want to thank y'all for joining me for another episode, Past the Present Podcast. I'm your host, Alan the Great. I have a very special guest right now. This gentleman I've been watching for the last couple of years, and I'm proud to say I finally got him on the show. I've been waiting for the right opportunity to approach you to come on the show. The right opportunity has presented itself. Mr. Solomon Frazier, you started. How you doing, sir?
Hey, I'm doing very well, brother. How
That's
about
good.
you?
I'm doing blessed, man. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. Now, I want to start. We got 30 minutes, so let's make the best of this 30 minutes. We want to get right into it. So, can you start off by telling us how did you get to spreading your message, how you doing the positive message for change and positivity in your community? How did you get to that place where you wanted to make spread your message of positivity and change in the community, that the inner city and the black community?
Well, brother, hey, Alan, I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm gonna keep it 100. Some tragedies had to happen, and some people had to leave this earth for me to get to this point, bro.
Mm,
And I'm keeping it 100 because, man, I couldn't do it. I couldn't get what they were telling me while they were alive. I couldn't get it. For some odd reason, it wasn't sinking in, man. It didn't sink in, man. But until they left here, and I'm talking about my mother, until she left here and she told me something that was so valid the night I last seen her as a free man, I couldn't do nothing but change my life, man.
mm. Yo, it's crazy that you say that though, because I'm feeling like the same thing with what I'm trying to do and spread the message and stuff. One of the biggest frustrations that I deal with on a regular basis from keeping the 100 with you is the fact that people hear what you're saying to them. Like, yo, I'm trying to help you, and when you're trying to help somebody, sometimes you just want to grab them and shake them. Like, yo, I'm trying to save you from falling in that hole that I might have fell in, or somebody I know fell into, because you know what's waiting on the other end of that road. It's only one or two things waiting for you, either death or in jail. That's all it is. There is no other outcome. You know what I mean? But it's like people don't always catch it, and no matter how we try to say it, sometimes I guess we just gotta keep, just keep pushing and persevering on, where we keep spreading our message to change and hoping that it connects with somebody at one point. You feel the same way?
I feel the same exact way, right? Right. I'm just gonna take you back just a little bit, man.
Okay.
1993. I was very hard-headed. I didn't understand nothing because you know what? Nothing really sank in because I always thought I knew better. Or I know more about the streets than you, Mom. I'm out there in it. You ain't. And my mom was only telling me something that was so real, man. Because, like I said, the night where I got that last charge, last time of me getting a drug charge, period. She told me not to go out, and why am I going out this time of night?
Mm.
And at that time, I thought I could sneak on by her and go on out, but no, something got my mom to say what she said to me, because it sticks with me now, and it's going to stick with me until the end of time for me, because she told me, why am I going out? And she left it up to me to really think about, why am I going out?
Mm.
And what I was going out to do was something that she wouldn't okay for me to do.
Right.
And I know that what I was about to do was not really conducive to my freedom.
Right.
Because I went out there to throw bricks at the penitentiary. Right? And I'm just going to share with you a little bit. See, I'm from the area of Riverside, Bucket 26 area. I live on 27th Street. I was raised in Riverside, and we moved across the highway, but that didn't stop me from going back over there. And man, I got caught up in so much stuff over there at Riverside, man, that hey man, you really to be frank with you, I'm lucky to be here talking to you right now, bro. I'm keeping it real, 100 with you, man, because guess what? It's only through the grace of God, through his mercy and his grace that I'm here right now speaking to you, man, on this topic. Because, man, I'm hearing your videos, man, and you giving up some good stuff, man. You telling these young boys about this shooting and killing and do this and why we doing that, why we doing this. And man, you gave me an idea about something, man. And it's I'm gonna be honest with you, gave me a new idea about something, man. And it's something that I feel should be brought up, but it's gonna take more than just me. I think like some of these things that is out today to show people how to make money and be self-sufficient, I think they should be in schools. I really
That's what I'm saying. Okay, hold on. Yo, listen, I'm 100% with you on that. First, I gotta say this real quick. Yo, me and you, like, we connected because guess where I grew up at? Riverside, 24th and Bauer Street. Address was 2420 Bauer Street. Grew up in Riverside. 1986 is when we moved over there. We ain't moved out until about 90. I think about 96 we moved back out. So I'm familiar with Riverside. That's where I grew up, and I'm with you because I tell people that all the time. And my wife, I don't want to get off subject, but real quick, I tell my wife that all the time. By the grace of God, I'm sitting here to be the man I am today because you can understand what I'm talking about. It was a different time period, and it was no joke. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't go outside if you wasn't a certain type of way or a certain type of attitude. It wasn't, no suburb, trust me. And, some people don't understand unless you've been there, and it's not something I'm glorifying. I'm just saying it's me and you being here today and talking. It's a miracle because a lot of people I know, I'm sure a lot of people didn't make it out of there. But to go back to the other thing you said, I stand on we need we need to teach about finances in school. I don't understand why there's not an education, a curriculum in school to teach about finances and teaching how to grow and invest money. You teach everything else other than how to get your money. So if I give you a job right now, Mr. Frazier, right now, if I give you a job, what you gonna do with it? You make $20 an hour, right? You don't know about 401k, you don't know about investment or nothing. What you gonna do with that money? If I gave you a job paying $50 an hour right now, you're gonna blow that money because you don't know what to do with it. You don't know about all the opportunities, investment opportunities. You don't know how about IRAs, savings, bonds. You don't know about none of this stuff because they don't teach you about it in school. You know what I'm saying? So what are we supposed to do? And these politicians, I hear them keep saying people in poverty-stricken neighborhoods, they just want a job. No, they want to know a way that they can make the money themselves and make the money grow for them. It's like that saying goes, if you fish for me, I eat for a day. If you teach me how to fish, I can feed myself and my family. All we asking is, teach these kids how to fish for themselves so that they can grow their own money. But we know why they don't want to do that, though. You don't want to change that gap between 98 and 2%. So you know what I'm saying. But I digress. I'll be quiet, let you talk.
Hey, and that's where I'm at, Alan. Because Alan, listen, I'm gonna keep it 100, man. I'm seeing too much stuff going on right in front of my face, right? And it could be used in these schools, and it could be used to help these younger or the next generation that's coming up, man. Okay, then you didn't teach it to me. Okay, you did. You didn't give me the knowledge or the capacity to want to embark in this stuff, right? But today, man, they got so much stuff going on, right? They got this. Hey, man, really, right now, I'm gonna tell you what I'm embarking in a little bit, and I'm not really deep. I'm not waist deep. I'm sticking my toes in the water. I'm dealing with a little crypto, right? I didn't invest in some crypto. I got some shares and some crypto, right? And I'm saying like this: why this kind of stuff can't be put into schools, right? And into places like Howard Career Center, right? I'm gonna use that because that's my alma mater. That's where I went at. I'm a wildcat, right? And why they can't put that in there, right? Something like that, or the stock market, some stuff where somebody can have an alternative, right? Because you know what? Like you said, if you don't have none of them kind of skills under your belt or don't know nothing about them skills, and a lot of times when you do get some money or you get a job, guess what you say? Man, I'm going to go buy me some this. I'm going to go buy me some of that and flip it. Next thing you know, that brother's in jail. or next thing you know, that brother got killed.
Exactly.
Next thing you know, that brother got robbed and got murdered. It's something. Hey, man, we got to get some more options, man. We can't just keep leaving that one option open. Go get some drugs. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I'm seeing
and that's the only option to make money.
Trying to use that as that's the only option, and that ain't. Believe me, it ain't.
It's not. And check it out, though. You was talking about crypto, right? And they try to make crypto seem like it's such a bad thing. But let me put you on game, because you said something to me yesterday in the comment section of one of my videos. You mentioned blockchain. But check this out about blockchain, though. And real, what you say, teach this, but peep this, though. Guess who's using and experiment with blockchain right now? Walmart is starting to experiment with blockchain as a way to increase revenue, and also with outside vendors. You know who else is using blockchain right now? Starbucks. Starbucks is using blockchain to make their funding and their money more transparent, as well as the vendors outside of American vendors they using. They're both of these major companies who are on the Dow are using blockchain as a way to increase their finances in their portfolio. So if people are right now telling you that crypto and blockchain is not like legit, trust me, it's very legit, and it's something that you might want to get into. You might want to start looking into investing, because I'm sitting here peeping a lot of things here. The government is trying to get their little fingers into this crypto thing. I've been sitting here watching how they're trying to get their fingers onto the whole crypto. And one of the reasons why is because the point right now, they can't sit here and control it like they want to. And I don't mean to be conspiracy theory. Please excuse me as I digress for a second. But this whole chain shortage thing, I was like, kind of like, coincidental that they got chain shortage thing and forcing you to use debit cards, which makes it more accessible to track your spending habits and forcing you to move away from paper currency and move on to digital currency. Now, with that, people are starting to catch on, and they're starting to move to crypto, where their money is more secure, where in the bank, what you don't know is, once again, because they don't teach you this, in the FDIC, they only assure a certain level of your money. So after a certain point, your money's not even assured no more. So if somebody robbed that bank where your money saved at, pardon my French, but you SOL, you crap out of luck. You know what I'm saying? But again, this is stuff they don't teach. They try and put a dirty name on crypto and on blockchain, and it's really good. NFTs, they try to make it dirty, but this is the new wave of revenue, and they need to start teaching this at these trade schools. They need to start teaching to these young kids at the Howards, the Dale Castles, and these other trade schools about finances, because this is the new wave. If you're truly interested in ending poverty and street violence, this is the way to do it. I don't mean to talk too long. I got one last thing to say, and I'll pass you back the mic. When people talk about black on black crime, I'm just going to say this one last thing. Remember this. Anywhere in any race that's poverty stricken, there's going to be crime. In a white neighborhood that's poverty stricken, there's a lot of white on white crime. In Asian neighborhoods that are poverty stricken, there's Asian on Asian crime. In Latino neighborhoods where there's poverty stricken, there's Latino on Latino crime. So I want people to stop making. I'm not saying it's okay what's going on in their neighborhoods, but let's be honest. The reason it's happening is because people are living below the poverty line. Until we change that, I don't care what anybody say, it's not going to stop the crime rate. The crime rate is not going to drop. Put more police presence wherever you want. Ain't nothing going to stop it. I'm just going to leave it there, and I'll pass you the mic, sir.
Hey, Alan, I agree with you 1,000% on that, 1,000,000%. Because you know what, man? Like I say, man, if we're not giving people options or alternatives, guess what, man? All they know is street crime. That's all they know, man.
For real, yeah.
You leave it. You like. In other words, I'm gonna tell you like this: you ever get backed up in a corner and you can't come out? That's what's going on with the young people. They're backing them up in the corner.
Yes.
They can't come out unless they do this or do that. And a lot of the time, what they're doing ain't the right thing. You know what I mean? And now I'm gonna switch gears on you right quick.
Okay.
All right. And the reason I'm gonna switch gears is I need to talk about this real quick. As you know, the United States leads the world in incarcerating people. Period.
Yes.
We lead the whole world. We got more people in jail than anybody or any country in this whole globe When you look at the world,
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about the whole world, the whole axis, the whole 365. We got more people in jail than anybody on this earth. And a lot of it is behind us. And a lot of it is behind us not having the education. And a lot of us is just falling prey to the incarceration and to crime.
Absolutely.
And I don't know what can turn it around, but I know one thing, right? We got to start doing something ourselves. And that is, we got to stop going in those places. And that takes
absolutely
people like me doing what I'm doing, because I'm trying to tell you that those are not the places that you want to go in and out of for 20 years, 15 years, 4. I don't care if it's 4 or 2 years. I don't care. You just don't want to be running in and out of them places like it's a revolving door, man. You know
what I tell people all the time?
I got my my lesson, you know, because when I'm gonna tell you one of the hardest things ever to hear while you're incarcerated is that your loved one has passed and there ain't nothing you can do. You can't go out there and caress your family. You can't go out there and do nothing. You got to go back to your cell and deal with it and say, dang, that's all you can do.
Yeah.
Like, dang, mom, you know, and you can cry, you can do all that, but man, they ain't gonna open that cell and say you can go home, man. You gotta finish up what you got. So man,
you want to take all of it.
And what I'm trying to, you know, put out there, man, is, man, please, man, think about it, man, before you put yourself out there to do some of this stuff that we're doing. Because, man, I mean, it's some brothers that I know, right? I don't want to say their names, but I believe if you from River, you know, they're right now sitting in Smyrna, or they sitting down Smyrna. They got 40 and 30 years. Young brothers, I love them. I love these brothers to death. But they didn't have no other way. They thought getting that drugs, getting that coke, getting that dope, slinging it, passing it off, got people selling it, and all this was going to be a win-win situation. They didn't know it was a good time situation going on. That's all they was doing, setting it up for you to get a lot of time at the end. Because, man, them brothers lived. Hey, man, now listen to me. They lived a fabulous life, though, when they was out there. They got pictures of them. They got pictures of them in Miami. I mean, they got pictures of them with money all out, all that. But, man, is it worth to go down Smyrna with 30 to 40 years to do? And you don't know if you're going to get an appeal. You don't know if you're going to get a sentence reduction. You don't know if you're going to get anything. And you got to wake up with, I still got this 30 years. I still got this 40 years. Man, I'm going to tell you, man, I had 4 years, man. And guess what? I felt like I wasn't going to get out. I'm telling you, man.
Let me tell you straight up.
Hey, man, let me tell you. I'm going to say this, brother, because this brother's my boy. And I love him. Don Juan. You know Don Juan? All right,
Don Juan, I don't know Don Juan.
His name is Don Juan, man. He's from Riverside. He's really from 2-6. And me and him was incarcerated together. And at the time when I got that 4 years, they used to put everybody's status sheet up on the wall. And hey, man, believe it or not, man, we was in PTA. That's South Kirkwood Highway. And man, believe it or not, man, I felt so bad, man. I was the last one on that status sheet. I was going to be the last one to get out. Everybody else's time was shorter than mine. And let me tell you something, man. That's not a good feeling. So I'm thinking about the people that got 30 and 40 years.
Yeah.
They looking at time that's crazy. They looking at some real crazy time, man. If they make it.
Yeah, I know. Listen, I know some people that ain't getting out. I know some people right now that's sitting in prison right now that's never getting out. You know what I'm saying? I talk to them daily that's never getting out, man.
Right.
And I try to keep them alive from out here, try to keep their hopes up. But this is why I say anybody who's out there, check this out. There's no females in jail. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no women in jail. So unless you want to be around a bunch of dudes taking showers with dudes, pissing and crapping in front of smelling dudes' sweaty underarms, then you might want to chill and think about what you're doing. Fall back on what you're doing because trust me, ain't no women in jail. It ain't smelling like roses and peaches in jail, bro. I'm just gonna let you know that right now. It's first of all, I ain't never been there, but I'm certain that I know enough people to know ain't no women in jail for you, bro. But the other thing is where people feel like drugs is the only option. It's like
Yeah.
we don't see too many successful people in our neighborhoods. We don't see too many successful people outside of the drug dealers in our neighborhood. So we assume that either only way to really make it out is to rap, play ball, or sell drugs. They don't see people because when we become successful, and I'm kind of guilty of that too. When people become successful, they move out the neighborhood, so you don't see the person with a nice car, a nice house. You know what I'm saying? That got that job. So all you see is drug dealers. So you want to copy that and mimic that behavior, thinking that you're going to be successful. Then the other thing is people want to be Scarface. Scarface lived a lavish life. Scarface had the big house, the women, the cars, everything. He had the pet tiger. But guess how Scarface ended? Scarface crossed Sosa and got killed. And everybody sit here and watch Scarface saying, "Yo, I'm gonna be different. I'm not gonna cross Sosa. I'm gonna stay loyal to Sosa and I'm gonna make it out." There is no ending of this story that doesn't end with your demise. Your demise was already written into the story once you decide to take that road. You understand? There's other opportunities out here for success. And if you can create hundreds of thousands of dollars and millions of dollars off of drugs, then I'm sitting here saying, yo, you're an entrepreneur. You're a mogul. And if you put that mindset towards something else, imagine what you can do. Imagine what you can do if you opened up a string of Walmarts. Because when I look at and see what drug dealers is, we have a neighborhood full of entrepreneurs and smart people who made some piss poor decisions. That's how I look at it.
Hey, Alan, I look at it too like that, man, because I'm gonna be honest with you, right? If I would have just gave myself a chance, right? Mm-hmm. I didn't give myself a chance, and that's why I went through all the pitfalls I went through. But one thing I made my oath to myself, and I made an oath to my mom. I said, Mom, I'm gonna do something different this time when I get out, Mom. Right. I said that to myself, and I know it got word up to her because I said it in my prayers, man. That I want to do something different, man. And when I got out after doing those 4 years, right? Once I got out, I was a little pissed off. I was mad. I ain't gonna sit there and tell you I was happy. I wasn't happy because the people I love, my mother, person I love the most in this world, gone.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I did is I walked around with some anger for a while, and I did reach out and I talked to some people that had some knowledge on changing your life, making some changes, and they had some experience in some things that I didn't know of. And I told them my issues, right? Mm-hmm. I told them, man, they ain't gonna give me no good job, man. I done messed up, man. I did this, I done did that. And I cringe when you get to that line on the application. Have you ever been arrested? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I said, man, I'm gonna always cringe to that when I get to that line. And I said, man, I ain't gonna never get nothing good. I'm gonna be at a job where they dog you, talk to you like you're dirty. You know what I'm saying? No 401k or nothing. No vacations. No nothing. You know what I mean? That's what I thought I was looking at. And the person told me this, right? And when they told me this, a light blinked on. But when it blinked on, man, I didn't know was it going to shine for me. They said, have you ever tried for a pardon? I looked at them like they was kind of speaking Spanish, a pardon. I said, and I can use what I know. I told them, the person that told me, I said, from where I'm from, Riverside Bucket 26, we don't get pardons. We keep either going or we get killed.
Mm.
We either going to the best we can or we end up dying. You know what I mean? Like 50 Cent said, we gonna get rich or die trying. That was the slogan. And so this person said, well, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you the information to go and apply for a pardon. And where to go at. You ain't gotta do nothing but go there. They're gonna ask you some questions. They're gonna have to probably go get fingerprints and this, that, and the third. And I said, you know what though? And this is what I didn't do. I didn't procrastinate. I didn't say I'm gonna do it next month. I went and did it that next week, man. Set up an appointment, went to see the person, and the person that was doing it, she passed on, God bless her, and who did my part anyway. She passed on, and I had got it done over at Westminster Church on the west side of Wilmington. Never been over there a day in my life. Never knew nothing about it. But if you telling me that you can help me change my life and help me to be a better person and help me be a stand-up guy, I'm going to take a shot at it. Because I know what it is not to be a stand-up guy. I don't want to be that no more. Right. So I went and did it, man. Right. And believe it or not, man, I went through the whole 9 yards, man, the whole 9 yards. The only part that was kind of shaky to me and the only part that was kind of had me off balance is when I had to go to the state trooper barracks, walk in there and say, I come to get my fingerprints done. And you know why? Because I always had bad experiences with police stations. Always had bad experience with state trooper barracks. I've been in both. So it wasn't like I just heard up and jumped out the car. When I got there, I parked in that lot and I'm looking at all these state troopers, all this and all that, cats with the big hats on. You know, I was kind of, they always shook me, to be honest. Yeah,
you had PTSD, right?
You know,
yeah, a little PTSD.
I don't know why, but they were.
Right.
And I ended up getting myself together. And guess how I did it, man? It boiled down to, I said to myself is, when you go in there, you coming back out because they can't keep you. You ain't got nothing on you. You ain't doing nothing.
That's right.
And that's the only thing I could hold on to when I got up, when I opened up and I opened the knob to my car and slammed the door and started walking in. I said, yeah, they can't keep me. I ain't got no charge. I'm clean. So boom, went in, did the fingerprints, waited for that to come back. Now, the next part, the hearing, which is held in Dover. I went there appropriately. I was suited and booted. You get me? I was suited and booted. Yes, and I represented myself very well. And I had some people I didn't even need them, but I had some people that was going to, you know, co-sign me. And they just wanted to know one thing, man. And it kind of like really, really shook me that they only wanted to know one thing. They looked through my record. Mind you, I haven't been in trouble in about over 10 years at the time. I haven't been in trouble. You know what I'm saying? I should have probably embarked on a pardon earlier, but I didn't never think nothing about it because I never knew nothing about it. Nobody in my neighborhood got them. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be honest. I think I'm one of the first ones over Riverside that got one. I'm not gonna even lie to you. It ain't many of us that come from that Riverside Bucket 26 era when all that was going on got pardons. But anyway, I got up there and they asked me, "How did you do it? How did you stop doing criminal activity?" And you know, at the time I had a little job and a little something going on. You know, wasn't the best job, but it was a job. And I told the person that was the head of the committee of the pardon of the the pardon and the pardon committee, I said, I just found a new way to live. I kept it real short and simple. That's all. I found this a new way to live, and that was it. That's what he said. We're gonna co-sign your pardon. We're gonna sign off on your pardon. It just has to go to the governor. Man, don't you know, man, I felt like this is working. That's what I felt like. Right. Man, this is working, man. Somebody told me this wouldn't work. You know what I mean? I'm in my head. Because people did say, look, oh, man, they don't give you no pardon, man. They don't give people like us no pardon for Riverside and Riverside projects. And you know, you especially you was over there with them drugs and stuff. They don't forgive you for that. Hey, man, well, I'm going to tell you like this, man. They do forgive you for it. But you got to do some work to forgive you for it. So anyway,
important work is
governor signed. It seemed like it was forever. But once I got that, man, I said, you know what? Man, you can do anything now, nigga. No, man, listen, anything can happen. You just proved it.
Right.
You proved it to a lot of people. And a lot of people gonna stand, oh man, you know, that ain't nothing. They probably say something, oh man, that ain't nothing. Yeah, it is something. Don't let nobody tell you get pardon is not nothing. It is something. And then, now check this part out. I still wasn't done yet. Still wasn't done yet, Alan. I said, I'm gonna go for the icing on the cake. I'm gonna go to expunge my record. So by me expunging my record, right, you won't be able to see nothing of my past.
Right.
Put in for the expungement of my record. And I got that. Man, don't you know, man, I felt like God used me as an example for everybody out there, right, that's been through everything, like in those streets with those drugs. Like, man, listen, I had marijuana, cocaine, heroin. I had charges, bro. And I'm not telling you nothing that ain't true. Looking at a man right now, man, that has been pardoned and expunged, man. And I'm gonna just say this, man. I've been granted some rights that a lot of people would it would blow their mind. I don't even want to expound on it right now, but I'm gonna tell you this: you some things that some people will say no way, but yes, it did, and it happened through a pardon and an expungement. And changing my life to do something different and to want to be an example for others. You know what I mean? That's what that's why I do what I do on these videos I be doing. Because I be letting them know, I understand, right? I understand. But man, it don't mean that you got to keep doing this. You gotta come. Excuse me, you got to get out one of these times and say, you know what? I ain't going back in there no more, man. I'm going to try what this brother was saying on some videos way some years back. I'm going to see if he still got them videos up. And which I do. They on YouTube and they on Facebook. They'll probably be here when I'm dead and gone, bro. So, man.
That's right. They're going to be. Your message can go way beyond.
It's a chance. I thought I ain't have a chance. I thought they would never forgive me nothing. I thought they would never forgive for being a drug dealer or a drug offender in the Riverside Bucket 26 area. I thought I would never get excused for that. Right. And man, Alan, let me tell you, man, I've been excused. I've been pardoned. I've been expunged. And man, today I tried to give out what was so freely given to me to others, man. That's what I'm trying to do. And sometimes, man, it seems like I'm going over top of people's heads, or it seems like they can't comprehend, or it seems like, oh man, you old here, man. We don't, man, we slicker than that now. You know what I mean? We don't get whatever. All right, go ahead. And I'm saying the ones that said that come behind me, and they got some big numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them
Mm-hmm.
came behind and thought the same thing. They got some big numbers, bro. And all I'm do, man, is give you some information. I can't make you swallow it. I can't make you take it. But man, and like I said on my videos, right? The only way my videos will become viral is if people stop going to jail.
That's right.
Then they might go viral. But as long as people keep buying into prison and buying into street life and buying into drugs, our videos might not never go viral. But they are vital.
No, they gonna go viral. They gonna go viral because your message is necessary and what you do is very important. And I respect and I love what you do, and it's necessary what you're doing because what you just said was what people need to hear. You know, it's easy for people to sit here and tell you what can't happen, but it's even easier to buy into it. It would have been the easy route that you could have took was to buy into the fact that people telling you, yo, they don't give pardons, especially expungements to people like you, people that look like you, people that come from the community that you came from, people that made the mistakes that you made. You could easily just say, yo, I'm gonna buy into that and keep down path, but you didn't. You were strong enough and smart enough to say, yo, I hear what you're saying, but I'm not everybody else. You said I'm Solomon Frazier. I didn't, everybody else can't get this pardon, but I can, and I'm gonna go for mine. And the worst case scenario is they can tell you no, but in your case, they gave you that pardon, and with that pardon, with that expungement, what you got in return was a second chance at life, people. So understand, even we try not to get to you to that point where you make that mistake, but for those who made that mistake and are behind those prison walls or coming home from doing those long sentences, you can get a second chance at life. Mr. Frazier right here is living proof that you can get a second chance at life, that it ain't over for you once they put you there. When you walk out those walls, if you're willing to believe in yourself, have faith in God, have faith and believe in yourself, then you can get a second chance at life. But you also have, you said something that was important that I think the listeners missed. You said that you forgave yourself for the mistakes you made. You forgave yourself and was willing to say, yo, I'm gonna live a different life. Like I already tried that life. Now I'm gonna try this life over here. And when you try this life over here, you said, "Dawn, the fruit over here tastes a lot better. Not only does it taste a lot better, but I can keep this a lot longer. I don't gotta worry about nobody kicking my doors down, taking nothing from me no more. This is mine. I don't gotta keep driving, looking in the rear view no more. I'm good. I'm comfortable, and that's what you gave yourself. Not only did you give yourself a second chance and freedom, you gave yourself something that we take for granted every day, a peace of mind, people. A peace of mind is what we take for granted every day. You know, you just said so much and so many important things that you laid out. And like you said, you know, your videos are going to go viral. Your videos are very important and necessary in our community to uplift these young people because they do think they're slicker, you know, than the old heads and people that came before. They think they're slicker. But here's what I say to them. If you think you slicker than them, then riddle me this. Are you slicker than the people who are putting these drugs and stuff in the community? Are you slicker than are you slicker than the ones who put in the drugs in the community? Are you slicker than the ones sitting here bringing it in there and handing it to you? Yeah, yeah, go ahead and sell them bricks. Go ahead, yeah. I'm supplying you. I'm giving you dirt cheap prices. Are you slicker than the ones that are sitting right now behind those desks at them prisons who are sitting there looking at you like, oh yeah, I can't wait to take that person's name and exchange it for a number. Because now you're a prisoner 6261. That's your name now. You're no longer your name, your government name that your mom gave you. Now your number. Are you slicker than those people? Because see, they sit here, they slick like they're sitting here waiting for you, watching you, and they're patient. They're just patiently waiting for you to make the right mistake so they can stick you behind them walls. So that's what I'm gonna ask you. So if you don't want to listen to Mr. Frazier and you think you slicker than what he was, then ask yourself this question. Are you slicker than those other old heads? Because those other old heads, they ain't like Mr. Frazier. He trying to save your life. They trying to take your life. Ask yourself that question, people. How slick truly are you? Mr. Frazier, I gotta ask you a question though, real quick before you say something else, and before we run out of time, I gotta ask you a question real quick. What do you mean by throw bricks at the penitentiary? I heard somebody else say that, but you gotta like clear that up for me. What does that mean?
That means to go out every day, right? Every day, right? And when I say throw bricks at the penitentiary, it's almost it's like it's like a thing. The way I'm gonna put it is, it's like a thing that you know how you got a window a glass window,
Yes.
and the glass window saying police, right?
Mhm.
Police are in there. I'm taking the brick every day, throwing it at that glass.
Oh, okay. Yeah, makes sense.
I'm
Okay,
throwing
I got
bricks
you.
at the penitentiary. I'm saying
I
at the
got you.
penitentiary. I'm saying the penitentiary. I ain't saying at the police, at the penitentiary, because guess
I
what?
got you.
Basically, I'm also doing this. I'm at the front gate of the penitentiary saying, "Let me in.
Mm.
Let me in.
Woo. Mm.
Let
Got
me
you.
in." On a daily basis, I'm doing that. Let me in.
Got you.
One of them
Yes.
days, I'm gonna go right through that gate, and I
Mm-hmm.
did, bro. I went through
Yes.
that gates. I know how it feel to go through them gates, bro. You know what I mean? I know how it feel, man, to go down Smyrna, man, on that long green bus. I don't even think they got that bus no more. It's a long green bus, school bus, and it says Department of Corrections on it. And you chained up. Your ankles is chained up. You chained up here. And that long ride down Smyrna, man, you were thinking about a whole lot of stuff, man. And I'm gonna tell you like this. Some people gonna have to take that ride. But today, I think they use vans today, but they said this green, ugly bus back when I'm talking about in the 90s. And this green bus, man, they used to have, man, when you look at it, you'll say, God darn, I didn't really did it. I didn't messed up bad.
Mm-hmm.
And you shuffling up to get on it, you shuffling. Because you can't walk all that great. You got leg shackles on and all that. When that kind of stuff start happening to you, right? You know that you done messed up.
Yeah. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna tell you what I knew I messed up, right? When I got down Smyrna, right? I'm gonna say this story, and I'm probably get ready to close out on it.
Okay.
When I got down Smyrna, I was on a tier called I was on pretrial. That's when you first come in. And when I was on pretrial, it was people that were there before me that were on that tier. And man, believe it or not, man, I was on a tier with some people that was on death row, man. And I'm saying for me to be a boy from Riverside, right? A boy from Riverside, got a little bit, right? Got this little bit to do. I'm looking at a person, at a man. I'm gonna say not a person, a man, because these two individuals were men. They were grown men, and they were going to be executed. Which both of them are executed now. God bless them. Both of them are executed now. But for me to see those men, right? They didn't let them out when we was out. They would let them out separately. When you start seeing that kind of stuff, right? And you said, dang, man, they gonna kill these guys for real? Yeah, they gonna kill them for real. They did some very, very bad stuff out there. And they're on their house with you. Hey man, listen to me, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I knew that I needed to get myself in order right then. I know I needed to, but I didn't have the, I didn't have the intellect, right, at that time. I didn't have the intellect. You know what I mean? All I was dealing with was emotions. See, I found out about emotions over intellect once I started going to groups and started listening to somebody that knew more than me. And they told me, you got to use your intellect. Intellect over emotions. That's the formula you're going to have to use. That's the formula that's going to keep you out of here. Because the formula that people use when they're in here is emotion over intellect. Most people are in there over emotions. You get what I'm saying? They're in there over emotional stuff. I ain't got no money. My girl did this. Oh man, I needed to rob this bank. Whatever. Emotional stuff. But man, when you start using your intellect and say, well, man, listen, I need to find out how I can get some money or how I can expand my education or whatever. We got to start using that, man. If you need to go to school, go back to school, go back to school. It'll keep you out of jail. I'd rather, listen, I'd rather go back to school and learn a trade or something to keep me out here than to go get a bag of crack and sell it on the streets to my brothers and sisters. And until you get that mindset in your mind, you're going to be part of the problem. I'm just going to tell you that.
Absolutely.
If you get that mindset, like, man, I'm just going to go get me I'm going to go get me 3 ounces of crack and I'm going to sell it. If you keep that mindset, you're part of the problem, man. Believe me. Believe me, man.
Absolutely.
Because that ain't the way, man. That's not the way. And Alan, man, I'm going to say this to you, man. I enjoyed this half an hour, brother, with you. And, hey, man, listen. I enjoyed it as well. I want this to be our last time, man, doing this because guess what, bro?
No, we'll do this again.
That's from you. And guess what, man? I know you got something from me, man. And like I said, man, I'm gonna keep on going with what I do. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep putting my videos out. I'm gonna keep coming up with different ways to put them out. And I'm gonna strike something. You know what I mean? Because like they said, man, if I could only one person not go to penitentiary and change their lives and to change their mind on the way they was living out there in the street, I did my job, bro. I did my job. Everybody to feel the way I felt, man. Coming out, going in and coming out. I don't want nobody to feel that, man, because it's still a hell of a battle, man. Once you come out and you don't know what to do.
Absolutely. But you know what you got? You got.
Hey, or like my man told me, man, what you gonna be? That one trick pony? Only know one thing?
Right.
See, that ain't me. I don't want to be a one-trick pony no more, man. I know more than that. So that's why I'm at, man. So, man, listen, Alan, I appreciate your time, man. Appreciate you to just, you know, hear from me, man, and to hear my side of my story. Because I can tell you my side of my story, bro. I can tell you.
I appreciate you for coming on. I appreciate you for talking to me. I appreciate you got support from my side. So whatever you need to help your videos, man, I'm with you. You got full support from me. You know what I'm saying? I hope we can do this again, man. We definitely got, you know, stay in touch and do this again, man. I love talking to you. I love what you're doing. I have much respect for you, sir, and everything you did, everything you overcame. You are a symbol and a beacon of hope. You have much respect for me, and the streets should respect you, and the whole community should listen to you. One last thing before you go. I know you got to check out, but can you give everybody your social media and your contact information if they want to know more about RSP TV or 5300? Can you give them that information real quick?
Hey, yes. Just like Alan said, right? You can look me up on Facebook, RSP TV. That is the name of my group, which basically I named it RSP TV because I'm putting on a lot of videos on there. I'm putting on a lot of things that are able to be televised to give you an example of some stuff, some real life stuff. And that's why I call it RSP TV. Also, I got a group called Real Game, Facebook. I got another group, man, called RSP, Reinvent Spiritual Principles. Man, listen, I'm on YouTube, Solo 5300. Hey, man, listen, you can't miss me. And if you're trying to get up with me, email solo530000, which is 5 zeros at gmail.com. Email me if you want to go discreet about whatever you want to ask me or whatever you want to talk about. Hit me on that email, man. And listen, man, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. Don't be afraid, man, to step out from what you used to know or you thought you knew. Don't be afraid of that, man. Because if I never stepped out of what I used to know, I wouldn't be on here right now. That's right. I wouldn't. I'll be somewhere probably still throwing bricks at the penitentiary or in the penitentiary.
That's right.
Like I got a video where I'm out there, I'm showing the wall, and I'm tapping on the wall, and I'm saying, guess what? You don't want to be behind that wall. You don't.
Right.
And got 30 to 40 years to pull. You don't want to do that, man. So let's stop it now, man. And also for the people that are incarcerated, I even got hope, and I got some solutions or some things to try for you. I want you to try them commutations of sentence. Try for a commutation. You got to do some stuff while you're incarcerated, though. You got to be in some programs. You got to, if you ain't got no high school diploma, get your GED, join groups, stay out of trouble. And maybe, just maybe, you can get a commutation and get some of your time cut. Right. So, man, listen, it's still a chance, man. Don't give up. I'm talking to people that got 20 and 30 years. You can still get out early if you just do the right thing while you're there. So, man, Alan, I appreciate you. And like I said, man, y'all put me on Facebook, y'all. Get me on YouTube, y'all. I'm there. I'm even on Instagram. Solomon Frazier, Instagram. Hit me up. I'm everywhere. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm everywhere. That's why I did what I'm doing. I'm trying to be everywhere. I don't want it to be a thing where you can't find me. Now you're going to find me. Hit me on that Solomon Frazier or Solo 5300. Something's going to lead you to me.
That's right.
And that's all I can say, man.
Hey, I appreciate your time. Thank you for coming on. Like I said, you hit me up right back real quick when me and you was communicating. Hit him up on Instagram, Facebook. He gave you all the information. Take advantage of this opportunity. Listen to this message, process it, grow from it. Make a decision. No more throwing rocks at the penitentiary. It's time for us to change the family curses, the generation curses that we made, change the incarceration rate, and we're going to change our community for better. I am Alan the Great. I want to thank you for listening to another episode of Past the Present Podcast. Remember, like, comment, subscribe to my channel, Henry's House Media Productions. Hit me up, Instagram, Alan the Great, Facebook, Past Present. And until next time, people, I only got one thing left to say, y'all. Stay focused, stay woke, stay tuned. Peace.